Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming into another video. All right, so I was just listening to a conversation. Sorry about that. Elbow hit the thing here. In regards to Ticket TV. And he was having a conversation with King AK-47, Voice of the Streets, about basketball, man. And King AK's point of view was that Allen Iverson is someone who, if you swapped him out with Steph Curry during the era where they were doing well with AI and getting to the finals against the Lakers and stuff like that, if you would have taken Steph and put him on that team instead of AI, he thinks that they would have did all the same stuff and would have been able to, do even more, or at least the same. And my thing is, no, hell no. It's not about who's better. That's not the conversation. I do believe Steph Curry is ranked higher than AI. The winning and the shooting, that's not the conversation we're having here. I respect both players, but I do have Steph Curry ranked ahead of AI. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean at all that they play the same way. They do not. They did not play the same way. The thing about Allen Iverson that people don't understand is he had a football background. What does that mean? That means he did not mind falling on the ground repeatedly every single possession. And that is exactly what he tended to do. He find himself on the floor more than any other superstar in the league because he always wanted to attack trees. He knew his team needed to draw fouls, and he knew he was really the only offensive weapon that they had. They constructed the team in such a way to where the only thing they were really doing was having him shoot like 30 shots a game, and the rest of the team just getting where they fit in and play defense, get stops, so that he can get the ball back in his hands and control the ball. And he would get stops as well because he was a fantastic steals player, even though he was a shorter guy. Because of his strength and his defensive background, football background, he was able to basically attack you and kind of think defense in a different kind of way than a lot of superstars who took on the type of role that he would. And then from there would also be his size. So it's like he would be able to help you defensively, and they wouldn't have defensive lapses, even though he was undersized. And on the other side of the ball, he was extremely, extremely durable in regards to taking punishment. Yeah, he would go down with injuries. Injury would have him out for a month and a half, stuff like that. But it's one of those situations where it takes a lot of falls before he would get injured like that. He'd go to the line, Shaq would knock him to the ground, get right back up, hit free throws, come back down, do it again, run straight back into Shaq's chest, boom, hit the ground hard, get up, 2 free throws, go back down there, play some defense, come back down, boom, he's going straight up. It's like he did not care that he was small, and he didn't look at size as something that he couldn't attack. And because he was so relentless in that way, his jump shot was open at all times. He was able to create space for himself with his jump shot, which was always wet. He was really, really streaky, insanely streaky. And he could run up 60 points by himself. And the man's only 6 feet. But he'd run them 60 points up because he would get to the line so much because he had no fear of getting to the line. And he would be durable enough to get through it. So my thing is, Steph Curry wants to do his damage from behind the arc. He can get into the paint. He can do that. But if he takes a couple of those hits, he's going to be out for us. He's going to be out. Some of those hits that Allen Iverson would get up and shoot 2 free throws, those are the hits that Steph Curry wouldn't be able to take too many of those. He would get worn down. And the way that team was constructed, it would force Steph Curry to play that way. And Steph ain't built like that. No, heck no. You want other people doing that stuff so he can park it from behind the arc and shoot and then facilitate the ball to others. And AI wasn't looking to facilitate because he didn't have any offensive talent on the floor with him most of the time. Once in a while, he had a guy like Larry Hughes or Jerry Stackhouse, something like that. But the majority of his years in Philadelphia, they didn't put no offensive talent around him at all because they knew he was just going to take all the shots. He was a one-man band of the highest order. Him and Kobe Bryant, they just took shots all game long. And in that era, you can get away with it because it wasn't multiple attackers on the other side of the ball. A lot of the time, you'd only have like 2 or 3 guys that were really talented. The rest of them stiffs, power forwards that can barely move up and down. You know what I mean? So it's one of those situations where it's like you could get away with one guy taking 30 shots because if the other guys are taking 10 shots apiece, they're gonna brick them all. Less scrubs on the floor nowadays, which also has to be taken into account when the conversation about who can carry what team is in the works. When you have that conversation, you got to understand. Guys are not doing anything by themselves. You need guys to set screens. You need guys to be able to roll properly. You need guys to be able to set guys up. You need guys to be able to park it and shoot. You need guys who can create for themselves and be dynamic. And if you don't have all those dynamics in this era, you can have a superstar. He ain't going to do nothing. You're going to go out there and you're going to lose. That's just the era we're in. And so as to where a guy like Michael Jordan was able to destroy his era and things like that as a one-man band, if he were to play in this era, I promise you it would be a different story. If he didn't adapt to more team play and he tried to just shoot the ball over and over again like he was prone to do, this wouldn't be the Michael Jordan we know, because he would lose. It wouldn't work. As great of a defender as he is, he would end up taking so much away from the other players on the team, and the players on the team that he would be playing with would be too talented to not be getting those shots. He ain't playing with Steve Curry. He's going to be playing with higher talented guys, so he would have to learn how to be more of a facilitator, and that was a detriment to what it is that came naturally to Mike. So, same with Kobe. Even though Kobe adapted to it and was forced to later on in his career, it's one of those things where those guys like Allen Iverson, Kobe, and Mike, I don't think this is the era for them. I think they would be exposed greatly in this era for guys who guys who hold the ball too long. Whether something's happening or not, it would just be a detriment to the way games are played today. So, yeah, man, that's what I want to say about that. I think ultimately Steph Curry, I take nothing away from Steph Curry. I don't think that AI can replace Steph Curry and they'd have all the championships. No, AI would need to shoot significantly better from behind the arc, and I don't think that they can do what each other can do. I really don't think that at all. But I just don't want people to confuse Allen Iverson and Steph Curry as if they were the same guy. Heck no, they play very, very different. The key to Allen Iverson is the punishment he was able to absorb relentlessly every night. 20, 30 times a game he's hitting the floor. And usually he's running into people 7 feet. So that's what you got to understand about him. If you don't have a player that can simulate that, don't even have a conversation about no Allen Iverson. Don't even do it. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.